It's Friday, September 16th. Thank God it's Friday. And welcome to the National Outlook on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. I'm GHK Lall. I hope that the week has been very good to you and your families, and the weekend will be the same. CEO John Hess tells shareholders, government wants adherence to environmental rules with accelerated production. I like the sound of that, my brothers and sisters. The government wants adherence, that means compliance with environmental rules. But we have a contradiction here. The more you increase production, oil production, the more pressure you're putting on environmental rules. Compliance with them becomes a challenge. If we push certain buttons, we are going to get some red lights. And this is where I think we are. Now, Mr. Hess may have some other ideas in mind when he's talking to his shareholders. He's kind of conditioning them, warning them of what may be in store, and telling them to kind of pull back. Now, if you remember, John Hess is a man who kind of speaks very, very fluently, very richly, very lavishly about Guyana's oil. And suddenly he's adopting this sober note about adherence. Government wants adherence to environmental rules. We know how our EPA has been. It's been kind of toothless, has it not? It's been kind of helpless too. And I feel sorry for the people over there. They've been given a basket to fetch water to bathe duck. I mean, that's how impotent they are. They really can't get much done with the things of substance as they relate to oil. But here is John Hess telling his people, his listeners, who are expecting glorious riches from Guyana, that, hey, listen, we've got to get our act together here. How much they will get their acts together in terms of adherence to environmental rules, that's up in the air. I don't know if the government is serious when it says it wants compliance with these rules, or if Mr. John Hess is playing some sort of trick on us or on his shareholders and saying he's got to look at budgets and again for 2022 and rebalance. I have been around the white man, so I know how he speaks. When he speaks, it doesn't have one meaning. It usually have a minimum of 3 meanings, and he can jump on any one of them at any time. Yes, I did tell you so, and that's what I was trying. That was the message, the real message that I was trying to get over to you. And I think that's what John Hess is doing here now, that we may have to manage our expectations a bit more swiftly and a bit more firmly, because we don't know what is coming down and how serious these people are in Guyana. But I think that the government could be feeling the pressure from people making noises and writing letters and columns and radio stations and television shows and saying, hey, listen, this thing has not been going good and we need to get it right. We need to do it better. And we need to safeguard ourselves. We need to protect our environment. And if you do more production to meet Europe's needs, if we accelerate or increase or intensify production, we're taking risks, okay? It's like driving a car at 120 miles an hour all the time. We are one slip and it could be tragedy. One little centimeter moving the steering wheel and we could end up being out of this world, literally, meaning dead. It's not a good note to close this out on, but I've got to put things on the table as frankly as I see it. I'm GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1, 99.5 FM. Thank you for listening to the National Outlook. And